All right, we back. We back like we never left.
Back like we never left. Hey, we gotta go ahead and get everybody some time to tune back in. We had a little, I feel like we had some haters in the atmosphere or something. They cut us short because, we were spitting that real.
Hey, y'all. So listen, if y'all got a question or a comment, just call in, chime in with us. If y'all, we're going to give y'all some more great energy, especially we're going to really break down is your life in a natural disaster, and we want to help offer some solutions and throw out some lifesavers if you're going through some sort of crisis right now, whether it be self-inflicted or not even if you're going through crisis. If you're just in a position where you just sick and tired of your current situation and you ready to pump up and you just don't know what's happened, you're stuck and you want to be unstuck and then become unstoppable. If you want to be unstuck and unstoppable, hey y'all, hit the 1 right now in the comment section. Hit 1 if you want to be unstuck. Hit 2 if you want to be unstoppable, okay? And if you tired of playing games and you just ready to get it in, call up that motherfucking number right now so we can get it motherfucking
773-349-2799. Call in. But piggybacking on what Jackson was just saying, definitely, we're all going through a shift. There's a lot of people out here going through that shift. But I feel like if you're not uncomfortable, you will never move to the next level. You should always be leveling up at some time and some point in your life. And if you feel like it has been a long time since you've leveled up, if you feel like it's been a long time coming for your level up, then that's why you're uncomfortable right now. That is why you are in a space where you're just like, I ain't feeling it, I ain't liking it. It's a good thing. It's a good sign sometimes to be uncomfortable.
Hey, so speaking of being uncomfortable, y'all, what we're going to do is I want to encourage you to get outside of your comfort zone. And I want to just share something real quick about, it's a quick, situation that I was in not too long ago about a friend of mine that was kind of, I was working at the International Academy of Design and Technology, y'all. It was a cold winter time. I was sitting in my small cluttered cubicle and I'll never forget this, is I was looking at my name tag. I had this little shiny name badge. It said Jackson, International Academy. If you dream it, we can take you there. And I remember looking at this and I thought to myself, I said, God damn, I need to recruit myself because I'm not living my dreams right now, I said this to myself as I was sitting there, you sharing, resharing everything?
Of course.
Yeah, I said this to myself as I was just sitting there, in my cubicle looking at all of the dust that was on all of my dreams. I had the only thing that looked good in this scene is I had a magazine that was on top of my desk. The magazine, it was a picture of something beautiful. It was a picture of Miss South Africa 2012, okay? Miss South Africa. And you probably thinking, oh my gosh, Dwayne, what are you talking about? I was in love with her because, look, she had everything. She had beauty and she had brains. See, she was an international champion. But every time I looked at a picture of her, and I saw dust, every speck of dust that was on the magazine, and it reminded me of my dreams that was fading away because I had dreams of maybe being on the stage and doing what she was doing. And I knew that something had to change. But at that point, my phone had rang. At that point, I remember it. And finally, I'm like, hello? Who was this on the phone? And it was somebody that was breathing real hard. It sounded like they was like Conor McGregor was. They was breathing like Conor McGregor. Okay? And they sounded like they had snot dripping out their nose. Kind of like Conor McGregor, And they doing all this. And I'm like, who is this? And they started whispering. It was like, it's me, Agatha. I'm like, who? They was like, Agatha. And it was Agatha. I say, no, this can't be. Is this Agatha? This was the tall, beautiful woman that was from Nigeria who had came to my office a week before. She wanted to go to school because she wanted to study film. Now, what was interesting about her, she traveled all the way from Nigeria all the way to motherfucking Chicago. In fact, before she went to Chicago, she was out in Schaumburg, some goddamn where. And then came to Chicago, okay? And what was crazy about it was, I said, why in the hell is she calling me? Because she got kicked. She couldn't even get into the school because she couldn't pass the entrance.
She heard Jackson was about that action, and she just had to hit you up.
And And you know what was, but she hit me up the week before and couldn't get into the school because English was a second language and she couldn't pass the reading test. However, she spoke 5 different languages. Now, what was interesting was I said, why the hell she's calling me? And she called me and she said, Jackson, I am going to die. I said, well,
she's dramatic.
She wasn't being dramatic. She was being for real. I'm the one being dramatic right now. She was for real. I say, whoa, what you mean you're gonna die? She said, my father, he says that he wanted, because I already knew her father wanted her to study business. He didn't even approve of her going to school for film. She said, my father says I am a failure, that I shame the name, and now I'm about to end it all. I say, hold on, wait. I say, hold on. I say,
not Miss South Africa.
No, this wasn't Miss South Africa.
Oh, what was that?
Miss South Africa was on the magazine. On the phone was Miss Agatha from Nigeria.
Oh. But that's still interesting that you got that call. You had to conjure that up because you were just looking at Miss Africa and you got somebody from Nigeria calling you.
Now here's the thing. So Agatha's I'm on the phone with her, and I'm thinking to myself. I said, hold on. I went to training, but they never trained me to deal with suicide over the phone. They only trained me how to recruit and get the money. So I'm like, okay, what do I say? Do I go to my supervisor? I say, no. We ain't gonna go to no white man to go handle this with a sister. We ain't gonna do that. So I said, I gotta talk to her. So I thought about her love for movies. I said, you know what, Agatha? I thought about a movie in particular that was important to me. It was a movie called, have you ever heard of the movie called The Wizard of Oz? And she says, yes, I've heard of that, but what does that have to do with anything? I said, you see,
on the edge.
And so I told her, I said, well, see, in the story of The Wizard of Oz, you see, what happens is, did you share one to me? Did you invite me as well?
Of course I did.
Because I got to make sure that I'm invited.
You was on the top of the list.
Okay, it was right on top. Okay, I want to make sure that I get that. I don't want to miss out on this game. This is some good information that y'all sharing. I don't want to miss out on it, y'all. If y'all want to hear the rest of the story and what happened, can you hit a 1? Put a 1 in the comment section right now if you want to hear the rest of what happened and what happened with her when I start talking about the story. Okay, y'all let me know.
I'm interested.
If y'all want to hear the rest of the story.
I want to know how he turned the Wizard of Oz into a testimonial.
Hey, I didn't say that it ended good. Now I'm not saying it ended good because it didn't end too great.
Oh God!
But this is what happened as we began to share and like this share and like.
You got
this
some
comment
ones, Jamil. We got Bruce.
We got one, Jamil and Bruce.
And then my brother Josh, shout out. He said, "Preach, brother, preach."
Preach. Hey, can we get some donations like Joe Osteen, baby? I gotta get my Joe Osteen on. All right, so let me tell you what happened. So I said, in the movie The Wizard of Oz, it's about this character called Dorothy, right? Now, she's the central character in this story. Now Dorothy, what happens is she gets picked up by this natural disaster, this whirlwind. And this whirlwind takes her to this place called Oz. Mm-hmm. And it takes her to a place where, where most people, what's so funny?
I'm glad because I'm listening to the story, but it's funny the anticipation.
Oh, the anticipation.
Jamil was like laughing my ass off. He's like, they all put their ones on. They trying to figure out.
Yeah, get a one. Get one
they trying to figure out. They got to finish though.
One time. So look, I'll go into it. So I say, so in the story of I'm on the phone and Phoenix. If I took this long, Phoenix would have probably popped herself early at this point. Oh, but anyway, so I'm on the phone. I got Phoenix on the phone, and if you're just tuning in, I'm on the phone, and I got a student who wants to commit suicide because her father told her that she was worthless because she couldn't get into school. All right. So I'm on the phone with her, and the woman, she wanted to study movies. So, and I told her, I said, look, in the story of The Wizard of Oz, there's a character, Dorothy, and all she wanted, she gets transported to this new place where, where it's like all she wants to do is to get home, but she can't seem to get home. She's just lost. She wants to get to the place where the grass bends into leaning, and every raindrop that falls have a meaning. but she couldn't find her way there down this yellow brick road. So, and I told her, I said, you know what? I said, Agatha, so many of us, I told her this, I said, so many of us are just like this, Agatha, where we're living our lives and we get picked up by the whirlwind of life and we get to this place called monthly obligations. We get taken to a place called other people's expectations.
Oh my God.
We get taken to a place where we just want to get home and to live our dreams. But so few of us make that daring trip down that yellow brick road. And I said, Agatha, I think that if you want to be a movie director, you owe the world a better script than a story that ends in tragic suicide. I thought I had reached her at this point, y'all.
Jamil said he's on the edge of his seat.
So I got quiet. And even it seemed like the office got quiet at the time. I didn't hear anybody else talking, and I'm listening, and I heard nothing.
It was like the crickets like this.
Agatha, are you there? Agatha, are you there? And so the next thing I know, all I heard was bang. I said, oh. I heard a bang. I'm not lying. I heard a bang. And I say, whoa.
You done took her to the end of the yellow brick road, Jackson. What the hell did you do?
At this point, I look at the phone and I look at my hand because my hand is shaking while I'm holding the phone. And I'm saying, oh, Lord, why, damn, I'm kind of like that. And I'm thinking to myself, and then all of a sudden I hear her whispering. Sounded like she like damn near barely alive. It sounded like she was on the floor or something. And she's like, oh my gosh, that was so inspiring that I dropped my phone on the floor. She says, thank you, Jackson. Thank you for helping me realize that there's no bad days in life, that there's only bad scenes. And in this movie, I can be able to write my own script. And she realized that, you know what? Not only was she the director, but sometimes you're the writer of your goddamn own movie. And you're the main character, and you're the centric character, or are you an extra? This is a question you need to ask yourself. Are you an extra in your own goddamn feature film? I sat there. I got off the phone with her. And I just sat for a minute, y'all. I just sat. And I tried to, some stuff like that when it happened, it kind of tweak you out a little bit. I was a little tweaked. And so
I would have been spazzed.
So I'm sitting there tweaking. I'm about to leave out and light up a little doobie on my break. Drink one of them K's. It was a drink called K. I'm about to drink me a special K. And I'm looking at these magazines in Miss South Africa. And I said, did I just save her life? Or did she save my life? Because I realized that the whole time I had been sitting trying to help other people do something that I wasn't doing. I was kind of like a travel agent telling people to go places that I hadn't even never been before. Mm-hmm. My question is, are you that person right now where you are telling people to do stuff and you're not even doing it your own self? Are you not eating your own dog food? I want to know, are you telling somebody else they need to step up their game, but the whole time you at home laying in the bed wishing and praying that that you don't get the opportunity to be successful because you are so afraid to feel good because you feel like if you feel good, it's going to make you feel real bad and you want to avoid the pain of feeling that bad. Are you that person?
Sound like you've been there before.
Let me tell you, not only am I a member, but I am the president. Okay? I've been there, been through it. I know what it looked like. I know what it smelled like. I know what it tastes like. So you cannot fake it with me. Because I can see it. If you can see through the fake and through the lies, can I get a 1? Can I get a 1 in the comment section? Can I get a 1? You got
your amethyst on as your third eye? Is it working? Is it working? Can you see?
Is your third eye open, y'all? We want to take time. We want to take days like this to really do assessments. We talked about today is August the 30th. So it's time for us to revisit kind of where we want to, how we want to end this year. Because the year isn't over with. And guess what? You can do a lot with the rest of this year if you are focused and you're committed. You see, a lot of us are good at a lot of different things. I
can definitely relate to that. I can relate. I can only speak for my story. I can't speak for anyone else. But I am in a position where I have so many talents. I have so many passions. But one thing that I will do is never rush my process. And I will drink my wine. Take my time and drink my wine. Because we got some people that's out here false flagging and acting like they qualify for something that they're not. So I'd rather be in a position to where have been prepping myself. I feel like I'm doing great homework. I feel like I am in a place of peace with myself, because you got to work on the inside of yourself too before you even try to offer. You have to figure out what your purpose is. You can't be out here walking around blindfolded.
And speaking of purpose, so if we look at nature, right? In nature, when things have purpose, usually they have a focus. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing. We got a lot of different things that we can do. It's a lot of things that I can do. But when I focus on one main thing, that's when I'm able to take things to another level. Mm-hmm. Guess what? I know I can make flyers if I want to. Mm-hmm. I got the ability to do some graphic design. I can make a website if I wanted to. I can even go out and pass out the flyers if I wanted to. Yep. And then when you come to the event, I can greet you at the door at the event.
For sure.
And then I can go on stage and do a performance at the event. And if I want to, I can probably make some food and serve it to you at the event. But what the hell is that's going to get me but tired at the end of the goddamn night?
Can't be everything. You got to definitely know how to delegate. That's definitely very, very important sometimes too. That's the purpose of having those people in your life as well.
But here's the thing. It's hard to even delegate until you know what your value is first. Because people won't even want to follow you and really help you for real until they know your value. And they're not going to know your value until you know your value, because you got to know what you're best at so that way you can share it with other people. So that's why I'm just encouraging people to take this moment, take tonight to be focused. Write down what are those 5 things. Y'all still ain't called us and told us. We want to know what's 5 things. That's 5, that plus 5, that's 10. Well, I just want to know what 5 of them is that you want to do, that you would do if you had the money and nothing was going to stop you. What would 5 of those things be? That's you may be stopping yourself from doing it. And then write those things down on a sheet of paper. And then we're going to focus on
You know what? That is one thing that I can say the past 6 months, I've been horrible at it. But it's been saving my life to write things down. Because how do you get things done if you don't have a checklist? How are you going to remember that, I have to go to the bank. I got to pay this bill. I got to invest this. I got to put this money to the side because I want to invest in this and I want to do that. If you don't have planning, you're just going to be all over the place.
You're going to be all over the place. You have to know
how to strategically plan. Even when it comes to self. And see, that's what I'm working on. With self, with food, with sleep, with the hours that I work. All of that was just all over the place. But when you find your focus, like Jackson said, when you write things down, I'm in a phase of meal prepping right now, of setting that budget. What can I purchase? What can I get? How is that going to last me throughout the week? Because you can't be at work tired. You're wondering where your energy come from. Because guess what? You forgot to put feeding yourself on the checklist. How many people was out there who've been grinding so hard who forget to even put the fuel in your body? Sometimes that's where it happens, Don't feel bad because I'm in that place, So you have to just know how to look within yourself and take care of yourself.
And one thing I think we can learn from people like, we just had Brother Mayweather, Floyd just had a spectacular job at representing USA, all right, with this fight he just had, and at the same time he was able to get 50-0, get $350 million in the process, and he made it really look easy, y'all. He made it look easy, and the only reason I bring up Floyd is because he's one of the greatest of all time doing what he does, and he's one of the few people that you can see that have made that type of money, and my thing is, it's not about the money, but they talked to him and asked him why is he successful, and he said because he was focused on boxing. He said he didn't focus on anything else. He said he never had another job. He said he just focused strictly on the gift that God gave him. And so my question is, what's the gift that God has given you that if you don't use, that you're not using? Do you got music that's still inside of you? You got poems that's still in your head. You got, because guess what? If you're not using it, guess what happens? It can become a curse. Oh my God.
Definitely.
It can become a curse. Then you find yourself hating on other people that's doing it, and you like, oh my God, I could do it better than them.
And ain't producing no work at the same time.
And you can do it better. I want to let you know, not only can you do it better, but you can do it in a unique way that no one else can do it. But you will not get to know that until you just freaking do it and get focused. All right, that's what it takes, y'all. It just takes a level of dedication. Here's the thing. There's people in Houston right now that are going through disasters that need our help. And my question is, are you in a position right now if what's the worst that can happen right now if you pursue your dream? What's the worst that could happen to you? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If the 5 things that you want to do, if you would just pursue one of them, what's the worst that would happen? What? That you find out that you don't succeed at it? All you're going to do is keep on doing it because you're so great at it and you're destined to do it. So I just want to keep people reminded of that, because it just makes me think about when I used to work in the Cook County Jail. I think about, this is one of the, I hated the job, but it's one of my greatest jobs ever. I worked in Cook County Jail for 3 years, and man, I met some of the most talented, smartest people that you would ever meet in your life. But many of those people were surrounded with excuses in their mind on why they couldn't do something. And
it takes time to sometimes stop victimizing yourself. You know, we live in a society where everything is about the victim, the victim, the victim. It's already get planted in your head. But then you got to think to yourself, like, is me feeling this way, or me focusing on this tragedy really getting me to the next level? Sometimes you have to overcome and find peace within that tragedy, because like I said, that's that moment of being uncomfortable. That's that moment of being shaken up. If you're not shaken up, you're not going to move anywhere. And unless you just are content with being shaken up, and then you just trapped in that space. And so she's talking about being trapped in spaces. So I just want to share with you one great way where you can be able to break out of these traps. If you want to break out of these traps, sometimes you can find yourself by losing yourself in the service of other people. Yes, again, I said you can find yourself by losing yourself in the service of other people. So what I mean by that is, right now we know our brothers and sisters down in Houston, they need our help. So sometimes if we can find a way to be able to submit some money. Right now, I don't have any personal, we haven't set up a page ourselves, but we know of many. I know there's many that I've seen on social media. I know Brother Tariq and them, I know they have something, so we can donate something. And in fact, and guess what? Not only can we help them, but let's help those in our community, especially the children that we know that have dreams. I want to shout out to LaTanya. She came through last week. She's going to be doing her event. Check out the last show for the children, supporting them. So we can support the kids. We can support people that are close to us strictly by, helping them out. And you'll be amazed by giving a little bit of help. Just a little bit of help. A little bit of volunteering work on how you can sometimes be able to find yourself. Like I found, myself by I was helping Agatha, and she helped save my life when I thought I was saving hers. So I want to share something with you real quick. We're still going to touch on one more thing within the news. I know Falcon has something she want to share, but I want to share something with you. So it's all, look, success is right in front of you, and if you close your eyes, you can be able to see it very clearly. And it starts with you. And one thing that you can do is you can take action by investing in yourself. What we do is we create programs by helping other people through education, and we make it fun. So I just want to share with you really quick one of the programs that we're doing. We got the businessbootcamp.us that's available. You see it right here on the side of your screen right there. That's the businessbootcamp.us. If you go to the businessbootcamp.us, what you will find is you will find some programs on how you can be able to join our business boot camp and how you can be able to get your business launched and stay motivated. This program is really amazing. So I don't want to just sell it too hard, but I just want to let y'all know that people who've invested in this program, they have definitely been able to transform their businesses in under 90 days. But it starts with transforming yourself. I want to tell this story too, real quick. If you look at this hat,
A lot of times people ask me, and they look at these hats. This is the Dr. Jackson 360 crown cap line. And they see it's a picture of Africa on there. I don't know if y'all see that. But a lot of, let me tell you the story on why I chose to put Africa on the hat. Because we could have did other things. Well, it was a story of a businessman, and it kind of reminds me of me and my son. It's a story of a businessman, and he was working really hard from home. And he had a young son that was about 5 years old. His son wanted to play. Mm-hmm. But the businessman was in his desk at home, and he was working. And I don't know if you can relate to this if you got a parent or something that works from home, or if you got a child that's at home while you work from home. But the little kid walked in the room with the businessman, and he said, "Dad, I want to play. Let's play." And Dad said, "No, I'm busy. I got to work. No, I'm busy." And what the dad did is he looked on his desk, and he saw a map. There was a map on his desk. So he got the map, and he ripped the map to shreds, and he gave it to his son. He said, "Put this map together, and by the time you put this together, we can play." Mm. See, the dad knew. He said, "Look, my son, it's going to take him at least an hour to put all these pieces of paper together. It's going to take at least an hour." And so the boy went out of the room, and 5 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, the little boy came back. And he had put the whole map back together. He had the whole map. He said, "Look, Dad, look, I'm finished. I got it. Look, Dad." And the father was shocked. He said, "How did my 5-year-old son put together this map in less than 10 minutes? And the son said, "Well, Dad, it was pretty easy. All I did is on the other side of the map is a picture of a person." He said, "All I did was I just put this person together, and I taped it up, and then it was put together, and on the other side was the map." You see, with that story, one thing that it made me realize is that when you put the person together, when you put together the you together, then the world will come together by default. When we work on the person, then the world will get together. And that's what this Africa logo represents, and why we have this on the Dr. Jackson line. Because if we want to get the world together, first we got to work on the people. And so that's why we got this on our head. So you rock this as you represent, you getting yourself together so that we can get the community together and get the world together. So I just want to let y'all know that's what that's about. And we appreciate all of your support. We want to shout out to all of our vendors as well. And before we even shout out to all of our vendors and our sponsors, if you got any comments or questions, you want to chime in on one of those 5 things that you want to change in your life, call in right now, because we're about to conclude, but we want to give you this last opportunity to be able to call in, chime in. Shout out to our sponsors, businessbootcamp.us. We appreciate y'all for creating those programs. The Cultural Connection 360. Oh, you see this guy? That's like Al Heyman, y'all. He just came in the room. Shout out. Caps. Hey, he's working on getting himself together right there. That's what that hat means, y'all. So,
dope shirt, pal, dope shirt.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Stay focused.
Also, these earrings, Twisted Rose Metal. Shout out to her. These are some really dope copper earrings. You got to keep your copper on, keep your blood flowing, and keep your organs intact. You got to wear your copper. Definitely. I appreciate. Shout out to Lala, Twisted Rose Metal, for these earrings.
Definitely. We want to shout out to everybody that's supporting the movement. Shout out to our Virgin Venus Hair. We really appreciate y'all. If y'all looking to get those bundles, get your hair together, holler at them. They also got good stylists. Even if you do natural hair, they got stylists that can refer you to get your natural hair on point. Mm-hmm. If you, like Foul Pal said earlier, and you suffering from light edges, okay? You edgy, but you don't have edges. Then we want you to go to Culture Connections website, and we want you to get something that's called Super Grow.
Super Grow.
Okay?
Super Grow.
Get that Super Grow. It works.
CultureConnection360.com.
Mm-hmm.
In that order, go place your order, y'all. And
drop y'all links in the comments, too. If you have a business, drop them in the comments. If you know a dope business we all support, drop them in the comments.
And lastly, as we conclude, y'all, we're going to be back next week. Are there any events that's popping up that, if y'all got any events as y'all as the audience, if y'all got an event y'all want us to know about, leave that in the comment as well. Summer is still here. It ain't gone yet, y'all.
It's not.
It's not.
I was just walking down Hyde Park and it's still live.
This weekend.
Definitely, the African Fest is going on this week. And word on the street is Sherry Soul might be performing there at the African Fest.
Chicago artist.
Yes. Chicago artist Sherry Soul may be performing at the African Fest. So tune in with your girl. She's really dope.
Man, that African Fest is an amazing event. In fact, from what I heard, that African Fest was how the culture connection ended up getting some inspiration to get started over I don't know six years ago. It all started with an experience at the African Fest. So Chicago is just such a legendary place, y'all. I don't know if we realize, if you're watching, you're not from Chicago, man, make sure y'all visit Chicago. This is such an amazing place. We got so much amazing history here. And if y'all want to just tune in, if y'all want to learn more about the history of Chicago, from the actors, from the entertainers, if you think about, most of that stuff started here. The gangs, the politics, the business, most of that stuff was influenced right here.
For sure.
If y'all want to learn more about that, let us know. Whatever that y'all want to learn about.
In the comments.
Comment section. We want to be able to share this with y'all and provide some information.
For sure. Stay in tune. Stay enlightened. Stay woke. Don't stay broke.
Stay focused.
Stay focused. Take care of yourself. Definitely. You can't take care of nobody else.
Absolutely. And we're going to be looking in next week. We're going to give you an assignment. We thought we was going to let y'all go with no assignment. This is your assignment. We want y'all to really write down those goals. What's 5 things that you want to work? There 5 things that you would like to accomplish if money wasn't an issue. And we want y'all to really take one of those things and begin to work on it for 1 minute per day. 1 minute per day. And then let us know how that's working by coming back to the page here on I Love Black Culture. Or in fact, subscribe to us on the Connect 360 on Facebook and on YouTube. And let us know how things are going so that we can kind of, share, hopefully some type of motivation, share some stories.
I want to say that I'm very grateful for this platform, as always. And this is definitely one of my goals that I've always wanted to be, is to be able to speak to the people and to be able to give my perspective to the world. And I appreciate you for always tuning in with Dr. Jackson and the Connect 360 show. We appreciate all love. So we in here. Peace, y'all. He's sleep. Look, he's sleep.
They sleep on us out here. That's how they be snoozing on the show. Our show come on, they be snoozing on. We don't even know about it, church. Hey, subscribe. We out. They sleep on us out here. That's how they be snoozing on the show. Our show come on, they be snoozing on.